You know what's frustrating? In training, you look sharp. Your touch feels clean. Your passing feels easy. You dribble with confidence. But the second defenders start pressing you in a real match, everything changes. Suddenly, your touch becomes heavy. Your decisions become rushed. You panic. You stop thinking clearly. And the worst part? You start wondering if you're secretly just not good enough. But what if I told you this usually has nothing to do with talent, and almost nobody explains the real reason this happens? Most players think pressure exposes their technique. It doesn't. Pressure exposes processing speed. That's the difference. A lot of players can technically perform football actions. Very few players can process football fast enough under chaos. And this creates one of the biggest identity traps in football. I'm good in training, but terrible in matches. No, you're probably the same player. The environment just changed. In training, there's less pressure, less chaos, less emotional stress, and more time. But in matches, your brain is overloaded constantly. Opponents, noise, mistakes, fear of losing the ball, fear of embarrassing yourself, fear of looking bad in front of teammates and coaches. Your nervous system changes completely. And once that happens, your football changes too. Here's the real reason most players panic. They receive information too late. That's it. Pressure becomes terrifying when your brain starts solving problems after receiving the ball. Elite players solve problems before they touch it. That changes everything. Watch top midfielders carefully. Before the pass even arrives, they've already checked their shoulders multiple times. They already know where the pressure is coming from, where the space is, where their next pass is, and how they're escaping pressure. So when they receive the ball, it looks calm. But average players do the opposite. They receive first, then start thinking. And football is too fast for that. That tiny delay creates panic, heavy touches, rushed passes, freezing, random clearances, and mistakes that destroy confidence. Most players think composure is confidence. It's not. Composure is preparation. The calmer player usually isn't braver. He's simply less surprised. And this is where players destroy themselves mentally, because they misdiagnose the problem. They think, I choke, I'm weak mentally, I'm just not talented. But usually, their brain is just overloaded. That's a massive difference. This is also why so many players dominate isolated drills, but struggle in real matches. A lot of football training removes the hardest part of football, decision-making under uncertainty. Cones don't press you. Cones don't judge you. Cones don't punish hesitation. Real football does. And if your training never overloads your awareness, your scanning, your decision-making, and your reactions under pressure, then matches will always feel overwhelming. That's why some players look unbelievable in warm-ups, but disappear in games. The match exposes processing speed, not just technique. Now let's talk about the 3 hidden triggers that actually cause panic under pressure. First, you scan too late. Most players scan after the pass is already coming. Elite players scan before the pass is even possible. That gives them extra seconds mentally, and in football, 1 second feels massive. Second, your body position traps you. If your body angle is closed, you lose options before touching the ball. Now pressure feels suffocating instantly. Elite players don't just receive better, they arrive better. And third, fear shrinks your awareness. This is the one nobody talks about. When you become afraid to lose the ball, your awareness narrows. You stop scanning, you rush decisions, you panic faster, you hide from the game. And suddenly, football feels twice as fast as it really is. That's why confidence matters. Not because confidence magically improves technique, but because fear destroys awareness. Elite players aren't calm because pressure disappears. They're calm because they reduce uncertainty before receiving the ball. They constantly scan early, adjust their body angle, check their surroundings, and prepare escape options before pressure arrives. So when defenders press them, their brain already has answers ready. That's why top players sometimes look like they have more time. They don't. They simply process earlier than everyone else. Football at high levels is less about reacting quickly and more about reacting early. So if you panic under pressure, stop telling yourself you're just bad in matches. That label destroys players. You probably don't need magical confidence. You need earlier information, better scanning, better positioning, and better preparation before receiving. Because football feels terrifying when the game keeps surprising you. But once your brain starts arriving early, everything slows down. The game feels calmer. You stop freezing, you stop hiding, you start trusting yourself again. And eventually, people start saying, "You look so composed now." Not because pressure disappeared, because you finally learned how to see the game earlier than everyone else.